This stream contains fast-flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, 4 teams are fighting to make it to the upper bracket final, taking them to the biggest stage and one step closer to the most important trophy in all of Valorant. Hello everyone and welcome to day 12 of Valorant Champions, coming to you live from the Shrine Expo Hall in Los Angeles, California. I am your host, Yingsu, and with me on the desk today are two very handsome and established gentlemen, Doug and Sean. Welcome back. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Honestly, all bangers on the slate. From here on out, even after today, I think the 6 teams remaining are legitimately the best teams in this tournament. And I can't wait to see the games today to see who gets top 3, who's in the upper finals.
I mean, not only are the teams good, but the play style is just going to be silly, right? Like, we still have so much fast pace in your mouth, like just absolutely obliterating anything that you could possibly want to do as far as how you think about the game or how you want to approach different plans. It's just going to be silly, and I'm so here for that.
I hope you're comfortable, because I feel like we're going to be here for a while today, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now, if we take a look at our current bracket, Sean, you mentioned that you feel like, you know, these are the 6 best teams in the tournament, but in the grand scheme of things, do you feel like this could be the most stacked top 6 maybe ever? Because I feel like any of them could take it. I can't tell who will.
Yeah, we were talking about it backstage. Honestly, any team can take this Champions title right now, and that is crazy. It's crazy to see Fnatic in the lower bracket, and the innovation coming from Paper Rex, Loud bouncing back after hitting rock bottom. DRX is looking like the best we've seen them all year. EG off of 2nd place at Tokyo. EDG with the firepower on Concon. Like, anyone can literally win it. Doug, why are you looking at me that way?
Stop. Just stop.
Why are you doing that?
You're just stop it, man. Nobody believes, you don't believe that, I don't believe that. You're telling me anybody from this field can take this tournament.
I believe it.
Who do you think can?
I'm with you.
I think Fnatic still has head and shoulders, but yeah, they lost a series to Loud, their 2nd loss in this roster ever. Come on, man. Like, I still got lots of money on Fnatic here.
They're going to be playing Pearl.
Yeah.
They will be playing Pearl in that best of 5 because they have no bans.
Sure. That's one map. Fine.
Yeah.
Give them that. Fine. Give them one.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to do this, you know, as the show goes on today. I'm loving this debate right now. But let's talk about today's MasterCard fan poll. Which team has the best shot at making it to the grand finals? Loud, Paper X, DRX, or EG? Make sure you guys scan the QR code to cast your vote, and we will have the results in just a bit. And also, make sure you use the hashtags Valorant Champions and VCT so we can feature some of your tweets on the broadcast as well. I'm looking forward to seeing those. I feel like we've seen some great takes from Twitter. Are we still calling it Twitter? X?
Yeah, but actually sounds weird.
I'm so confused about what they call it these days.
Yeah, I don't know. I mess it up every time.
And you know what I'm confused about is being in a country where you have to drive on the other side of the road. I don't know what are you guys are doing. And as someone who's been to LA for the first time ever, I need your help a little bit. You know, I'm gonna give you a bit of a quiz just on how well and how much you know Los Angeles. It's a bit of a pop quiz. Make sure you guys at home play along as well. In fact, we also have these little. You guys want to explain to me what this is, because I'm confused.
This is hell on earth on our chest right now.
Well,
we each have this is
absolutely. I think she was just asking to explain how interstates work, man.
No,
Los
Angeles. No, this is not where cars go. This is where you just go to mentally die.
Where dreams and aspirations go to die.
I mean, it sounds like you know a lot about LA already, Sean. So let's get the quiz started and see really how much you know about this great city with question number 1, which is, what was the original Hollywood sign? It is multiple choice. You have a few chances. I'm gonna let you go first.
You should clear me, by the way.
Someone in the crowd knows. What is it? Louder.
Wait, no, don't help him. He lives here. None of us live here. No, don't help him.
It's the bottom one.
Oh, they know. You got it?
I'm gonna go with the bottom one.
Okay, the bottom.
Hollywoodville?
Is that correct, everyone? Is that correct?
That can't be
No,
right. I think it's like Hollywood.
Someone
I think it's like
screaming no at you.
I think it's either Hollywood. I think it's Hollywood USA or Hollywood Land.
Okay, well, let's reveal the answer here and see how wrong or right
Why was
both
it
of you are.
Hollywood
It is Hollywood
Land?
Land. You were right. You were right. I see you. I see you. They were right back there. Sean, you should have listened to them, man. You should listen to
I
them.
thought that's what they said. I picked it.
No, well, question number 2. Let's
You're gonna
see how
blame
we're
them,
doing.
bro.
So far, the crowd are winning. You two are doing terribly. So,
What?
Doug, this is for you. The Santa Monica Pier is home to one of these 4 world's wow, okay.
I'm so
world's
screwed.
first and only solar power Ferris wheel,
That can't be
California's fastest roller coaster,
Okay,
world's
that
first
can't be
vegan
right.
funnel cake, which that seems very LA, and the
Yeah.
site of the largest fish ever caught
All right,
on
so
West Coast.
I'm going to think through this very logically.
Go ahead.
All right, California's fastest roller coaster makes no sense.
They have
right?
Disneyland
Because they're
here,
hard. Yeah,
Six
exactly.
Flags.
Right, makes no sense. We got to scratch that one off the board
Yes,
immediately.
for
World's
sure.
first vegan funnel cake, maybe that does sound very LA.
Yep.
But however, on the pier, I'm not buying it. That makes no sense. Everything's deep fried on a pier. I don't love it.
Okay, I like the
don't love it.
deduction.
The world's first and only solar-powered Ferris wheel makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's in Los Angeles. The sun never stops shining here. I get it, but I'm not feeling that either. I'm tempted to say it's D.
Ooh.
And I think because there's a lot of history on the Santa Monica Pier.
You want to
Are
phone a
we-
friend? You want to phone a friend?
Do you guys know?
I feel like it's
Anyone else
ARC.
know this?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of... they have no idea.
All right,
Nobody
okay.
knows.
Doug is
Nobody
looking
knows.
in. Doug is looking inside of the largest fish ever caught on the West
Whoa.
Coast. Let's reveal
Give it
the
to me,
answer
baby.
and see
I would
if you
not
are
have went with
right
that.
or
Come on.
wrong.
Come on.
Oh, you're wrong. I'm sorry, Doug. I am
You even
sorry.
you gave the reason for why that could happen.
Yeah. There was, that wasn't my best work.
You thought it was
okay?
a
There's
trick
no
question.
need. There's no need. They both could have been compelling,
It
maybe.
happens. It happens. The crowd is still winning right now. So let's see if Sean can beat you on the next one. On average, you should know this, Sean. On average, an LA driver spends how many days a year in traffic?
Dude, I'm going max. I'm going 8 just blindly.
The question alone is just so sickening.
It is.
To like the fact that people know this and people have
8 full
calculated.
days. 8 full days.
It does seem like a lot.
It does seem like a lot. I'd go a little less, but not much less.
No, I don't know though. Imagine like 1 hour
Back
a day.
yourself. Back yourself.
Yeah, I think I'm going 8.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
8.
going 8. Right, let's
Yeah.
reveal it. Is that correct or not correct?
Could be 6.
I
I'd
can
say
see
5
8
or
being.
6.
Oh, it's 5. It's 5.
Wow, that's low.
Are you sure you live in LA, Sean?
No, I don't actually. I live in Orange County.
Oh,
Let's try.
that means nothing to me. That means nothing to me. But next question, and Doug, this is for you. Which out of these isn't a known nickname for Los Angeles? Here we go.
I know it's the City
I know
of
one of
Angels.
them.
Yeah.
I know that. That's correct, right?
It's got to be either the Big Orange or Tinseltown. I feel like it's the Big Orange. It
Yeah?
can't be the Big Orange, right? That's got to
then
be
you
an
have the Big
allusion to
Apple.
Florida,
Yeah.
right? What are you smirking about over there? You know the answer to this, don't you?
No, I'm with you. I
Just
think
go
it's
ahead.
a
It's
red
all you. You
herring
got
because like
this.
the Big Apple's New York.
Yeah, and there.
Doesn't make sense.
Personally,
right?
I would pick the City of Angels if I were you, Doug. Personally, I'm just saying.
I feel like I
Okay.
can't trust you. I'm
All
gonna go
right.
with the Tinseltown. Tinseltown.
Back
I'm going with
yourself.
Tinseltown.
Oh no, he's changed his answer.
I
He's
have
changed his
twice
answer.
now.
All right.
But I
let's
feel
see,
good
let's
about
see.
this one. Why
Was that a good
Tinseltown?
decision? Was that a good decision? We will know shortly if that was a good decision or not. I would have gone for the Big Orange. Oh!
Fuck City.
I
Wait.
thought that one was like,
I thought that was a lock.
yeah, for sure. bro.
Honestly, tomorrow when I intro the show, I will say welcome to the Big Orange. I'm doing it.
I mean,
I'm
it's
doing
a
it.
known nickname.
Yeah. If that's a
Yeah.
known nickname, I'm doing it. And last but not least, I'm gonna get you guys to both get involved in this one. In what year was the city of LA founded? Oh, 2004.
Wait, that's actually mad. I think, Sean, just to hedge our bets, you should go with 2004. And then I'll go with something
I mean-
a little less likely, like 1871. And I'm
to be
setting you
fair,
up.
Wait,
to be
can I go-
fair,
I kinda wanna go
you were both alive during most of these, so you should both know this, you know?
Most of these.
Yeah, most of these. Maybe not the
Was that
17.
an old
We're-
joke?
we're-
We haven't even gotten out of the
that's an
pre-show.
old
We're already
joke.
getting old
Well,
jokes.
we're pushing GB here if we go to 7081. I feel like he would know if he's watching. But yeah, what are you guys going for?
I think let me have 71.
No, let me have 71.
Rock, paper, scissors. Come on, you can fight over this one.
All
I'll
right,
let
you take 71. I'll take 46.
You did 2004.
All
I'll
right.
take 1871.
Let's just see what we got. We got 71 on my right here with Doug. And what did you go for?
1846.
1846 with Sean. So let's see what the correct answer is. And both
Dude, we are horrible at this. Have we gotten a single thing right?
No, we haven't.
This is dreadful.
We were set up to fail.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have some good news for you because we do have another quiz coming up, and
No,
that
that's
is
not
coming
good
up
news.
after the break. We're gonna take a quick one here. We're gonna come back with another quiz. Don't go anywhere and see if either of these one can get a point on the board today. Welcome back, everybody. Before we get into our first match, it's time for Doug and Sean's redemption arc and a quick game of Two Truth and a Lie, and see if you guys can actually get something right today. I am rooting for the both of you. Now, you played this game before, you know how it goes. I'm going to give you guys 3 statements. 2 of them are going to be truth, and 1 of them is going to be a lie. So you guys have to basically find out which one is the lie, okay? You got it?
All right. Is this collaborative? Or is
I will make a collaborative just to make it easier for you.
I like it.
We have 2 brain cells combined
Yes,
together.
you can
so we just
smash
need all
that
the help we
together.
can
We've
You
also
can smash
gotten
that
rid of
together.
one of the options. We've gone from 4 to 3, so
Surely
the odds
this is
are going
better
up.
for
The odds are going up.
And this is about Valorant, so you should be better at
Oh.
this. So let's start with the first one, so you see what we're working with here. Remember, we are looking for the lie. PaperX is the only team at Champions to not drop a map. PaperX Forsaken has played 5 agents at Champions, or PaperX have placed top 4 at 4 global events.
Okay, so I think the middle is true.
I see it.
I feel
There's
pretty
a lot of
confident in
PaperX
that.
fans here. You have to get this right, all right? You can't let them down.
Well, the left one's true. They haven't dropped them out.
Have they not placed top 4 at 4 global events?
I think the left
Maybe just
one,
3?
I think the left one, Sean, is they're the only team to not drop a map. That's
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. There we go.
DRX dropped the map. EG.
Loud has definitely dropped a map.
All right, I'm gonna have to hurry you here. What's the lie? What are we going for?
Where's no timer? I don't see a
Wait.
timer. What is this?
It's in my head. You can't
I
see
can't
it, but
remember.
it's there.
Did EG drop a map?
1,
Hold on.
I think. Left? Far left?
Do you not remember when they played against EDG?
Dude, part of me wants to say far
do.
right, bro.
All right, pick one. Pick one. Lock in your answer.
Okay, far right.
Okay, far right.
Yeah, you're right,
let's
you're right.
reveal and see which
think it's
one
only been 3.
is the
Okay, yeah,
lie.
they did drop them out.
Here we go.
Dog. I had
They're
a
booing
feeling.
you.
He's played
They're
so much kill.
booing
He's
you.
played so much killjoy.
I love the PaperX fans booing you. That's incredible. All right, let's go for the next one. Come on, you guys have this. You got this. You've got this.
Put it on, Doug.
Channel your Valorant brains. You have this.
Yeah. Surely we can do this. We can do this. We can do this.
Challenge your brains. Let's take a look at the second one. Again, 2 truth and 1 lie. And this time it's for DRX. They have attended 8 consecutive global events. Mako is the global assist leader, and DRX has only lost to 1 NA team.
I mean, they lost to Optic a lot. DRX did.
Yeah.
And I don't think Mako's the global assist leader.
I mean, there's only 1 lie, so you're going to have to go for one of them.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like mean, does this span past like their previous names and stuff?
Surely not.
All right.
I kind of want to go middle one because
Middle? Yeah, that has to be false.
actually, no, controllers do get a lot of assists.
I mean, the issue is if the middle one is false, then who is the global assist leader? That's another question
It's
for
gotta be an
another day.
initiator, surely.
But
No.
okay, I'm gonna hurry you
Okay,
guys.
I
Lock in
kinda
your
wanna go-
answer. Left, middle, right.
Dude, I feel like it might be left just because like that H straight
Dude,
up.
we're just getting rushed.
No.
We're getting rushed.
yeah,
We don't
and,
have a shot at this anymore.
No.
Yeah, and
Oh, they
you
lost
were,
the EG,
you were
that's
wrong. You were
right.
wrong. But last one, and we're gonna have to make you guys go quick on this one. You got this, all right?
Go on.
Go with your instinct.
Go on.
Go with your gut.
Yeah, go on.
Whatever you
Okay.
think is gonna be, okay? This is for just 1 point between you two today, okay?
Oh my God,
Just
wait,
one.
surely we can get
One.
one right.
Yeah, surely
Right.
you can get one right. Let's take a look at the last one. Demon One has lost to 1 team at global events. Since lock-in, EG has only lost maps to 2 teams at globals, and EG are on a 5-map win streak on 3 maps. That's very specific, that
A
one.
5-map win streak on 3 maps.
I feel like that's too specific for
That's
it to be
way
a
too
lie.
specific.
Yeah.
There's no
That's
way.
very
All right, go with your gut, guys. Come on, you got this. I believe in you.
I've only lost to 1 team at a global event. I don't think that's true, though.
All right, what are we going
It's
for?
got to be.
Those
It's
lost
got to be 3, right? There's no.
maps
The
to 2
specificity is too much for me.
Sean, what are you feeling?
Isn't like, okay, I'm gonna go right. Yeah, I'm gonna
All
go
right, both
yeah.
of you are going to
Yeah,
that option.
it smells funny.
All right, let's see.
I don't like it.
Let's see how funny it is,
That's a lot of
Doug,
maps
as we
with a
reveal.
string.
That's very specific.
Oh no! Oh,
What?
you guys!
They're on heaters on that many maps?
Oh no! It's it's that kind of day. We're really setting the tone here. It is 0 points.
Wait, why'd you
for
give me
our
the one
guest.
that doesn't even fit?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I just gave you whatever I could find.
Yeah, and hopefully this is the only thing that's going to be a clown fest today, because we have some very, very good games coming up, starting with Loud versus Paper Rex. And let's talk about this matchup, because Sean, put it on. Because Sean, we've never had Loud versus Paper Rex. It'll be a first time.
No.
It
Yeah.
actually doesn't.
It actually doesn't fit. So wait, yeah, I actually think that this game will be super interesting because the teams haven't played each other, and oftentimes when teams first play Paper Rex, the pace that they set, they're not ready for. It takes a lot of time to sink into the game when you play Paper Rex. There's so much innovation and things that you've yet to experience in the game. So you can watch all the VODs you want, but when you're actually out there on the stage experiencing it, you have to adapt on the fly, and it is a very, very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, and I think we also have to address the form Loud are in right now. They are coming into this matchup after 2-0ing Fnatic, Doug. How much do we read into that match? Are Loud now just the best team in the tournament?
I hesitate to go that far. I think it needs to be received with an element of like temperance to it, right? Hang on a little bit. Yes, Loud looks way better than they looked all Tokyo, than they looked at the beginning of the tournament. They're starting to get it back together, but to say that just because they defeated Fnatic, they're the best team in the tournament, I think is a far cry here.
I'm going to go on the other side. I think Loud is one of the most impressive teams we've had in this tournament right now. They have gone through the gauntlet as far as teams they've played. Their only loss coming to DRX. They took down Liquid. They took down Navi. I mean, those are big wins, right? That coming out of Group D, which was the group of death by every analyst standards, and then coming into the playoffs and being the second team ever to take down this iteration of Fnatic. I am super impressed by what I've seen with Loud. They are innovating too across all of the maps with their comps. I mean, Yinsu, you've seen the triple controller on Bind. They actually made it work, though.
They did. I mean, we talk about the fact that they are back. I think it's more than that. They're more than just back. They are looking in championship form. And for more on Loud, let's send it down over to Mimi.
Hello and welcome to a short discussion, the only midday talk show coming to you live from an alley in Los Angeles. I'm your host, Mimi Wormkrantz, and I'm joined by one very special guest today. It's going to be Siddharth from Team Loud. Siddharth, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. Here, I can take that for you.
Thank you.
No worries, of course. Okay.
Yes.
So, welcome to the show. So,
Thank you.
you've spent a lot of time away from home with Team Loud, and I want to ask you, after all this time away from your families competing together,
Yes.
do you feel like Loud has become a bit of a family?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We are a huge family. Yes. I mean, spending so much time together, it becomes a family.
Okay. Yeah, it has to. Who's your favorite child, then?
I would say, as a father, I have no preference.
But you have a favorite.
All my children are equal.
Who's your least favorite then?
Everyone.
All of them your least favorite?
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here, yep. You're not gonna... Back to you guys.
Spoken like a true dad. He can't pick his favorite child on that team. And I gotta give it to him though, because Doug, every single one of his teammates have had incredible bright moments this year. And if we look at the way that they handled the pistol rounds against Fnatic as well, it was just a masterclass. It was beautiful.
And I think that oftentimes can be the distinguishing factor between a good team and a great team. For teams that have really strong execs and really good plans on pistols, I mean, you talk about the fact that they're only, what, 12 rounds and a half?
Yeah.
That matters so much. So if you have a team that can consistently do it, much like EG did at Tokyo, and continue to feast on those opportunities, you're going to have a lead. You're going to have an advantage in situations where you can't normally plan on that.
And they were also really good at not dropping the thrifties, converting some of those bonuses in that series. Their starts were sublime. When going up against Fnatic, who is known to actually start games pretty well, like I said, I don't want to get too excited here with Loud, but it feels like they're back in that VCT Americas form.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there, especially, like I said, you know, the pistols, the consistency with those pistols against a team that are known for also being really good at pistols as well. Not to mention that out of all the maps they could have picked into Fnatic, they went with Ascent, Doug, and a lot of teams don't really go there against them, and you can see that it was a great choice.
Yeah, I mean, you even think about the opener where they had Aspas aggressively push into mid off of the smokes. They set him up so well, and we've talked so much about Aspas, and when he's good, he's freaking great, and when he struggles, what kind of happens to Loud? Aspas has to be good for Loud to be good, and I think that narrative is changing a little bit, but there's still a lot on Aspas' shoulders for him to deliver.
There's definitely a lot on his shoulders, but I actually think the person we're not talking about is Fraud, the coach, right?
Yeah, sure.
Their initial Ascent game at this tournament, I gave them a lot of criticism for it. They were running a Breach Fade comp with no Sentinel. It was insane what they were playing against the RX on map 3 of that initial series. You saw here against Fnatic, they went back to the tried and true default Ascent comp, and I think it kind of caught Fnatic a little bit off guard. I don't know if Fnatic expected them to comp switch like that in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah, I think they definitely didn't, judging by the result of what ended up happening. I'm glad you guys mentioned Aspas as well, because he's finally in form again, and he's going up against a player on the opposite side, Sean, who is also really in form. We're going to get something versus Aspas. I am so excited.
I am so excited because, I've seen Aspas do some insanely creative things with his jet util. It's like he has 4 dashes in a round, is what I always say. His updrafts act as dashes when he's picking. He won't pop his dash until he's used his cloudburst and his updraft, typically. Something, on the other hand, which you're watching on the screen, he is just a mechanical goat. I have rarely seen someone destroy people the way he has throughout this event.
And I'll be one of the first to admit it. When we were first talking about something and how he's going to perform on this stage, I was apprehensive because he hasn't been on this stage.
Yes.
He hasn't played under these lights, and there is a little bit something different to it. But I think he showed, like, he was kind of settling in the first series, but he's gotten more and more comfortable. And that last series against something, or from something, was what we have expected out of him.
Yeah.
That was that regional performance where he just pops on the Reyna and he just goes ballistic and there's no stopping him.
And I think that might be what's needed for him to settle into some of these games. He's spoken a little bit about it. He was a bit nervous entering this tournament, especially on stage. But when you talk to him, he's super calm. Reyna is one of those agents where it takes all the decision-making out of you. You're just reacting on the fly. Yeah. It's not so, I guess, Jet's. You know, Jet, you have to smoke dash into areas. You have to plan your updraft. You have to determine what the Sentinel util is that you're going into. With Reyna and watching him just aim, it's a treat.
You just brain off and aim.
Yeah, I mean, he is something, all right? Let's send it back down to my favorite talk show featuring Mimi.
Welcome back to A Short Discussion. I'm about to be joined here by my second guest of the day, noted magician and freaker of minds. It's the one and only mindfreak. Mindfreak, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. Take this for me, please, sir. I wanted to start off by finding my chair and sitting in it, and second of all, by asking you. Yesterday, or the last time you guys played, you said in the opening interview that you wanted to be remembered as the first Indonesian player to win a global VCT event. What would that mean for the people at home supporting you if you could achieve that?
I mean, it would be nice for me and the people in my country, because like I don't think like anyone ever do that before. So I think it will be great and nice. actually.
Yeah, it would be. And you spent a lot of time in LA already, and if you guys keep on winning, you'll continue to do so. What do you miss most about home right now?
I think probably my bedroom, I guess, because I don't know, I just like my room. Yep.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Mindfreak, thank you so much.
you so much.
Best luck in your game today. Back to you.
So relatable as always. But I want to talk about the style mismatch in this particular head-to-head of Loud versus Paper because we do have a leaderboard here when it comes to how fast or slow each team is on their plants. And if you guys take a look at this right now, it's absolutely insanely interesting because, Sean, Paper X are the fastest team to plant and Loud are the slowest.
Yeah, you cooked up this leaderboard here, Yinsu. This is so sick to see because the stylistic clash between these two teams that we're going to see today is going to be so interesting to see what style of Valorant comes out on top. Is it clear? You know, are we going to get a 2-0? Or is this going to go 3 maps because both teams clearly know how to play certain maps better than the other?
Yeah, I think the maddening thing about playing against a team like DRX is it's not a surprise, right? Like, you know what you're going to get. You know that it's going to be fast. You know that it's going to be in your face. And they're still getting the best of these world-class teams, right? So when you know what's coming, right, you can think all day about how you want to play in against it and how you want to set up things to slow it down. If you get hit in the mouth like that and it doesn't matter, that's got to be one of the most frustrating things as a coach, as a staff, to have to deal with.
Yeah, and Doug, they're not just fast on their attacks, they're super successful as well. I mean, we have this lower third here. They win an enormous amount of their attacks by round.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, they're aggressive, they're decisive, they're consistent with it. And I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Devi in one of the B-roll segments where he just said, we kind of play like idiots. And it works. And all of them do. And if they can continue to put up success like that, yeah, man, it's not broken. Keep doing it.
Yeah, and speaking of Paper X and how successful they've been, Sean, let's take a look at your Shell-Illustrator. I'm calling it now.
So
about how successful
this is about a million pieces of util happening in 1 second. So you're going to see a cascade coming to top mid. You also notice here that this Viper wall cuts across top mid and A main twice. The Raze gonna paint Shell into tiles off the bat. So now we play it here. The Sky Flash goes in, Lear to get out mid, Lear to clear tiles. Look where look where Devi's dogging from, in tiles as a defender. They get another kill, they back off. There's a cove in mid to protect from any kind of darts. There's a second cascade that comes in. Jing comes off of Cat. The high tide comes in for them to back off. And now this, Yinsu, is 2 rounds later. This is after that insane something ace. They fake the tiles aggression now. So this is them putting the fear of God in you and then not doing that exact play when you expect it. Something immediately rotates over towards B. There's a one-way orb waiting in case the other team were to rush. Something I'm going to draw attention to right now is this cove in the B site that Forsaken throws preemptively. It would protect him from any dart scans coming into B, which is insane. I've never even seen that before. He gets close. Devi flashes for him. They get a free kill here in main. And then right off of this, you can see Devi's ready to dog Forsaken in, but there's a counter drone coming. So they cancel that at that moment. Forsaken falls into the site, and watch this high tide that's about to cut across the entire map. Jing is also simultaneously pushing mid. What an insane couple of rounds.
Well, and I think I want to go back to the point that you made about the Cove, because I think that actually matches up really nicely against their series against Loud. Loud were the innovators when it came to compositions. They were the first to push Harbor Viper. They were the first to do things like that. And now it's Paper X who are doing it, because when was the last time you saw Arena Harbor on Ascent? It just doesn't happen.
Never.
Yeah, both teams, they are on great form. But I want to see what the fans said. It's time for the results of our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked you which of today's 4 teams has the best shot at making it to a grand final. And everyone pretty much, yes, give it up, guys. Paper Pals, we're all in at the venue here today. You guys surprised a lot of people winning the way of Paper X?
No shot. I have them in my bracket winning this thing.
I think it makes sense that they went as hard as they did. I'm surprised by some of the others. DRX and EG getting no love.
Honestly,
I'm surprised EG get no love.
I'm not surprised, and I was so confident that this was going to be the result. I even, what's the word? Preemptively, there we go. I preemptively made my drawing because I knew that Paper X were probably going to win that poll.
I made my drawing too, Jens.
Well, okay. That's I feel like that deserved the zoom in. And Doug, what about you?
Doug.
I kind of forgot, so I'm just going to take the sign.
Okay. Well,
I came up with myself.
I like it. But there's a lot at stake here because today everyone is fighting for a spot in the top 4 and our upper bracket final. It all comes down to Loud versus PaperX, DRX versus Evil Geniuses. Day 12 of VALORANT Champions starts right here and right now.
Playing in front of fans, hearing our name here in USA.
It's been a minute for North America to truly have a team to root for, but they do now.
I just want to make sure that in VALORANT we can achieve those trophies, and we make sure that Europe, Asia, China, anyone can lose to NA.
DRX.
That was a clean 202. Anyone remember the maps?
We got Fracture. I won't be forward on Fracture.
Next round, boys. What are we doing?
그리고 또 도쿄에서 또 그런 파이팅하는 스몰을 당했잖아. 우리끼리 서로 화이팅하고 열심히 해보자.
We are going to destroy DRX. We 2-0'd them in Tokyo, but they're not the same team as Tokyo.
일단 지난번보다 저희는 훨씬 세졌다고 생각하고 전 세계적으로 우리가 제일 잘하는 팀은 아닐 수 있지만 제일 열심히 하는 팀이다라고 저는 생각하고 있었습니다. 지금부터 이제 인정받아가는 단계라고 생각해요.
DRX, we're sending you back to lowers like we did in Tokyo. So good luck. You're gonna need it.
만약에 우리가 지면 트래시 토큰 하지 말아줘.
You already know I got that dog mode in me.
When I play in PaperX, I feel like I play with my friends, with like my family. After joining PaperX, I always laughing on matches, always take fun, enjoy to play VALORANT. It's like teams, they help me, I help them back, you know.
PaperX advance to square off against Loud.
Eu acho que o eu de agora é bem diferente do ano passado, porque com a entrada de 2 novos jogadores que são mais novos que eu tive que assumir um pouco mais do papel de liderança também. Mesmo tendo estado no mesmo campeonato que eles, muitas vezes a gente nunca jogou contra.
I feel great playing versus Aspas. Insane player.
Eu acho que jogar contra o Somfin vai ser muito legal, porque ele é um jogador que tem muita mira mesmo.
Aspas, I'll show you why my jet is different. So the show from PaperX and Loud.
Sou grande amigo do Jing e queria muito jogar contra vocês. Finalmente, espero que a gente tenha uma boa partida.
For this matchup, PRX is going to be the higher seed. So would you like Team A or Team B?
Team B.
Team B. So Loud, you'll be Team A. We'll start with your first ban.
We ban Fracture.
Fracture, your ban.
Haven.
Haven. And map number 1 from Loud.
Lotus.
Lotus, side on Lotus.
Attack.
Attack. And map number 2?
Split.
Side on Split.
Attack.
Attack. Okay, next set of bans starting with Loud, you have Ascent, Bind, and Pearl.
Bind.
Bind, okay. Your ban, you have Ascent and Pearl.
Ban Ascent.
Ban Ascent, so map number 3 will be Pearl. Loud, side on Pearl.
Defense.
Defense, okay, let's run back through this. First set of bans, we have Loud with Fracture, PRX with Haven. Map number 1 is Lotus with PRX on attack. Map number 2 is Split with Loud on attack. Next set of bans are Bind and Ascent. Map number 3 Decider is Pearl with Loud on defense. Good? All right, good luck to you both.
for a spot in the upper finals. Loud on their pursuit of defending their title. And PaperX, the ones that have never won a global trophy. And the exciting thing about this is that they're both on form. Sean, this is going to be great.
I got goosebumps already into it. I mean, this is such a good matchup, and Loud coming right in and picking Lotus, a map that can slow down the pace and really put it to PRX. You know, PRX has been known to run double duelist on this when something was playing, but we haven't seen them play Lotus
in a really long time.
In a really, really long time. They could bust out a crazy comp right now.
And I do think because of that, because we know what Loud can do on Lotus, and because we haven't seen it from PaperX in a really long time, I really think that Loud have to win this first map. Because as you go down the list, as you go towards Split and then Pearl, it doesn't get any better for you, dog. Like, PaperX, you know what kind of commodity they are on those maps.
Yeah, I think PaperX picking Split, though, that's another map where the teams might actually have similar comps. I know Loud has a lot of experience playing against the double duelist on Split in VCT Americas. Right. Here at Champions, they've opted to run a Breach. Didn't really work out for them against DRX. But then, like you said, Pearl, this is a map historically both the teams have been very successful on, but after Harbor Viper, I don't think I've seen that same style at Loud anymore.
And we haven't seen him go back to that comp in a long time, too. And it's interesting because we saw glimpses of it earlier in the tournament where they did go back to the Harbor Viper, and we go, yes, oh my goodness, it makes sense. They've gone back to what's good.
But I mean, PaperX, they look unbeatable there.
Yeah, they do.
They look crazy good on Pearl right now.
Yeah, and bringing it back to Lotus for the first map, of course, you guys both mentioned we haven't seen it from PaperX since Tokyo, and of course, something did not attend that tournament. Right. They were running the Gecko, of course, with CGRS in the roster as well, so now with something back into this, what are you guys expecting? Is a Jet, anything like that coming back out?
I think so. Based on how they kept their same comp on Ascent with the Harbor and the Reyna, I think I'm expecting here the Jet Raze pick coming out of PaperX. And I don't know if Loud has much experience playing double duelist on Lotus. Like, this is it's rare in Americas to have a double duelist on Lotus.
Yeah, I think too, to even piggyback off of that a little bit more, the fact that something just continues to get more confident. I think back on that segment that we saw right before going into the walkouts, he's going to show Aspas why his Jet is different. And PaperX are just like the perfect combination of really good vibes, but also just a little hint of like, yeah, but I'm going to destroy you at the same time.
I mean, let's not forget though, Loud, they're coming into this series on Lotus after beating Fnatic, Sean, who did not lose on Lotus for the longest time. And of course, it wasn't just a beating, it was a domination, a 13-6. They destroyed them.
I mean, there was no Gecko, but that was a thrashing. I've never seen a team put it to them like that. And yep, here we go, the double duelist coming out of PaperX.
Yeah, as you can see from the Prime Gaming Agent Select. Doug, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I think it's no surprise from what we're expecting out of PaperX. My questions go towards, how do Loud slow this down? Like, what do they have in their comp, Sean, that they can use to kind of stifle some of that aggression?
Well, I think you know, the Viper Killjoy will operate towards the C side. You know, there'll be Killjoy util on B as well. But Loud does such a good job of controlling long A, controlling Rubble with the Raze, the Fade, the Omen TPs.
Right.
They control that area really well. But again, the double duelist with an Astra Omen combination for controllers, this is very, very rare, and they're starting on attack where they can set the pace.
Yeah, and it's a Forsaken Astra, which we haven't seen in a long time. Only played it once before, so I am very, very excited for this. The agents are locked in, and all that's left to do is send it over to your casters. Everyone, give it up to Bren and Sideshow.
Let's get it started here. It's Loud versus PaperX. Upper semis matchup, man. What a match it's going to be. I mean, Loud completing that revenge storyline against Fnatic, knocking them into the lowers, and now they've set themselves up for this fantastic match. It's going to be high-octane gameplay, I'm sure, versus PaperX.
Of course it is, and also our first opportunity to get to witness this matchup. They've been to championships before, and they haven't clashed. Who knows how this match is going to go? PaperX yet to drop a map, but Loud have taken down Fnatic. Which team do you give the edge to here? I think it's very tough to call. Lotus, really interesting comp from PaperX, but Loud here with a very recently excellent performance, and going into Kawanzin and Aspas is dangerous.
Instantly traded, bringing him down there. Pull was offloaded, door starting to rotate, but a smoke in their face. It's utility just being exchanged. Only the 1-for-1. Forsaken's caught this timing. Les has no idea to jump spot as well. He's not going to be ready for it. Forsaken pouncing.
Love that from Forsaken. He gets aggressive whether he's playing the Cypher or the Astra in this composition. And punishes Les. That jump spot, tons of pros do it. But it's not a great one. Something has fallen, though, on the Jet lurk. So it's a 3v3 still. Many opportunities. But there goes the IGL, the team captain.
Kawazine left to try and salvage it. We brought down 2 years. It's 1v2. Damage done to mindfreak. But Forsaken's reposition is excellent. How do you really be ready for this one? Smoke dropping away. It's the right click and the adjustment. Pissed around here for PaperX. And expectations a little bit all over the place, you know, in terms of wondering where this map might be going, but already kind of averting it. Loud was so good with the pistol rounds in their previous series against Fnatic. It was one of the things that set them ahead of that team.
Absolutely. They were winning pistols, winning bonuses, getting up to spots where they had momentum and the ult advantages heading into the gun rounds too. And it was still a very tough series. So PaperX is starting off well like this. Already good signs. And I love the way the Forsaken path there. With his Astra, he's going to be able to put down smokes and creep up alongside the door and punish Les if he's intent on jiggle peeking that angle. It's a very common jiggle peek in the meta right now, but it doesn't do you too much.
Natural movement from Jing. Straight into the side though, clearing through into the back of it. Big stack though from Loud. They're looking to try and fight over this one despite with the pistols themselves.
I like the cancel call, but they've inserted Jing.
Bloody hell, he's all the way deep into the man. Donated the weapon, but not before receiving two. Space granted and gained now. Over towards B. Plant will start to come online. Less attempting to punish there, but will fall.
Tui's pretty far out of the action with this donated judge. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much he's able to do. I'm sure PaperX would like it back, though. Forsaken taking a duel against Aspas, both with only pistols in hand. And Forsaken gets the better end of it. One of the things that impressed me the most, actually, watching that Loud Fnatic series, Brent, was how good the form looked from Loud. It was missing during Tokyo. It was missing, actually, during their opening match against DRX. But the Loud players were on fire during the game where they took down our back-to-back winners of trophies. Tui's getting cheeky with it.
Yeah, a bit of a tap. I mean, no one's near. He's just hoping that they run in to check it, throw some weapons away, but PaperX were far away from it.
But my point about Loud's form, PaperX are a bit different to Fnatic. The quality of players of our top 6 teams, undeniable across the board, all stacked rosters. But PaperX are also super happy to take fights against you. Fnatic said in their press conference they ended up playing a little scared against Loud, and Loud wanted to take the fight to Fnatic, wanted to take those duels. Could you think of a team more happy to take their ones than PaperX? If this game ends up diverting off the strategy tree, we could see some phenomenal individual clashes.
And here's a real form check. Early fight by something, but has to dash away. Disengaging away, conceding from section of A.
And already Jing building up deep to his showstopper. 2 orbs away. In theory, could get those online, but Loud have control of Rubble, so it'd be tough.
They're leaving something posted, but Loud, look at this. It's a double face.
What a lovely play.
Really nice discipline.
Excellent reclear through towards B. And like you said, very good discipline from Aspas and Kawazine playing there together. And I think Tui's has a great idea that this area is being recontested, and especially with the Prowler information.
Definitely going to know now. Smoke's being propped up and dropped down. No Blazer leading through into the connector just in case.
And I like that this has pulled Les over. Les goes to cover B. Leaves C a little more open, and Loud have got a great defensive stack here.
Plenty of players ready and waiting. Aspas no need to try and deny this plan. One still Jing in through the back, using the Ashton util as well, just to set himself onto the close angle. Plant going down. Jing was hunting for something. Slight kill there. An opportunity granted, presented. mindfreak getting low, not enough for the kill. Close to the corner still. Damage definitely being done, but a player advantage all on the side of Loud here. As long as they play this one together, they should be able to sail through. No problems.
And Forsaken's used his Astra utility, now trying to take a duel over towards stairs. It looked a little labored, but he got Siddharth.
Yep. Close down to the corner. They are cleaning up a few of these. Still mindfreak alive, but just cannot reset the movement. Not in time for it. Loud survivor. 2 players left.
Still excellent damage, Ben, on the bonus round. Yes, it's not a conversion from PaperX, but taking 3 players down, knocking armor from both less than 2Es and planting the spike. That's about as good as you can get without winning the round. Something is going to pick up the attack side operator in round 4.
Okay.
It's going to be one of these kind of games, is it?
Big investment. Makes sense that they might want to slow down the beginning of these. A lot of information granted to them so far. They know that, Les has been jump spotting when he's been playing towards A.
There are so many ultimates close to coming up. So Loud are going to fight with their Raise Fade combination over towards Mound. It looks like there's a Paranoia setup potential here too from 2Es.
Now to clear. Broken. No reveal.
You see teams running this 4-player over towards the C and B orb setup fairly often when the attackers are close to getting that ult online because it can fight over the B orb and the C orb at the same time. But Forsaken's taking space on A. And that way, Jing is going to be able to move back over, get his showstopper. You have something posted up on stairs. PaperX have almost immediately found the gap here within the first 30 seconds of the round.
Pixel angle by Sadak. It's all about reaction times. Here's the orb. Oh no, they're close now. Door opened up wide as well. Where did the stars get laid down? Drop down. No smoke. Something's still holding this angle for them, but it's being contained by Loud. Look, really stepping over the skirmish lines for now.
And Aspas chose not to push out of B and get his ult online. He has nade. Oh, the vulnerable doesn't quite catch though.
Yeah. Potentially would have been a kill there, but...
And there was no smoke over towards Heaven either, and Device just allowed to bunny hop around the corner.
Missing the combo. Still, mindfreak. Holding towards the back of the site now, dodging that horn, but it is being watched for. No, not quite! Sadak needed to win that fight. mindfreak now. Towards the back, Fox in the pen. It's a 3v5, good enough. Bring him down there towards the backside of things. Aspas. Divide caught unaware here still. It's something to the side. An exchange. The explosive with the showstoppers. And yeah, only 1 kill on one side of things. Something.
What a major round from PaperX. They managed to get into the A site without having to use Jing's showstopper. Somehow got away with murder in terms of Devi hopping around without getting punished. And mindfreak being able to pick up 2 in this position. It is brutal that Sadak was watching that while still losing the duel. And then the showstopper v showstopper. Jing comes out on top with a lovely dodge over the top to hammer it home. PaperX now in full control of what's going on. Their economy booming, Loud's hurt. After a good bonus from PaperX does its damage.
Whoa, something is deep. He's been surrounded now, needs some help to try and bail him out. Pushing him, yes, the weaponry is weak, but it's still gonna do damage and it's still gonna bring him down. Tasty prize earned, but the reaction is there from PaperX. They're going to be trying to lead it straight through into C, close to the corner, inside the smokes. This is more than dangerous. Sadak, an absolute menace. Takes out 2 of them. Takes out a 3rd.
What are PaperX doing trying to sneak into the smoke? Now it's all just left up to Forsaken, who does hit a flick without having too much damage taken. Still fairly healthy. A 1v3 is not impossible, but Aspas is coming around behind with the op.
Yeah. Earned that one. Forsaken wins his fight.
Well, there's one major threat taken down, and Sadak's only on 12 HP. This is still doable for Forsaken.
Plenty of time to work with on top of this. Committing the Cosmic Divide now. Throwing something new into the mix. Definitely obfuscating it.
And love this smoke as well. A lot of players started using this just on the corner. Look how much Sadak's vision is obscured, not just by the ultimate.
30 seconds left.
Tucked to the corner though, there's a weapon earned. 25 seconds left.
He would have to hit the headshot.
All fading. Here it is, comes down to this fight. It's about to be taken. Sadak's tucked to the corner. Star, time. Planning, not in the usual spot, can't be spammed. Sadak's just walking forward. On 12 HP, drops down, fakes it with the pistol. Making noise, making them think that he could have dropped down, but still holding his ground. Sadak waiting for his teammate, playing together with him and 2is, but when he's this low, brought down to a crawl, 2 years, spotted with the reload. Excellent reposition, can hear it surely with the footsteps, still needs to land it. Here's the tap as well, Tor fake, and 2 years. Brings home the bacon, that's a round win for Loud.
Forsaken's to win there. He had the idea of where Tui's was, he just couldn't land the shot towards the end. And that's a gift, honestly. If you think back before we were in that 1vx scenario, Loud have won the MasterCard Thrifty by PaperX making this play. What are they doing walking into the smoke there towards Waterfall instead of clearing out the site? They've already lost a player over towards Rubble. They have a nice reaction into C. Why on earth would you take another risk when you're down a player in that kind of spot against the eco round?
Yeah, what should have been a sizable lead and advantage just cemented. Loud right back in it.
And what is this buy from PaperX? I mean, they have got odds and ends all over the place.
It's weird. Nice for something, but Jing has been forcing for the judge most of the time. They are really running it down now. Out towards C. Seekers unleashed. Over the top of the updraft, making sure that they clear most of it. Shorty dealing with Timmy. TP engaged. This is ridiculous by something. What are you doing?
No initiator utility used there. Just trying to make the play. Down in economy, felt like he had to do something. And the lockdown has just scared them all off.
At least forced out, but Forsaken can't win his duel out. Aspas was watching for it. The rotation and pivot into C. The tap at the door. Trying to hide it once more, but if you're going to be running all the way to A, I mean, Aspas is already there holding this ground.
And the 3 players from PaperX have got a Bulldog, a Judge, and a rifle with no armor.
It's up to Aspas again. He's going to be here, and surely he wins it out. Beautiful with the reset. Satchel's over the top in his face! Jing! Oh, giving him a taste of it. Southeast Asian ranked gameplay. Right at you on the big stage.
I think less quarter pixel there for sure.
But they are still holding for this one here. They can surely see the jiggle. 9 bullets left out to the side. 2 years. Shuts it. Right down. 1v4 for Divide. An impossibility.
30 seconds
Oh, right over his head though. Hiding from it still. Less.
Clean. That is a messy round from PaperX, and 2 in a row of them too. And here we see the tactical timeout called. I think that makes perfect sense. Alex might be slamming his desk a little bit coming into this one. You know, I'm sure the communication will be calm, but with extraordinary force to keep his emotions under wraps. That's 2 rounds in a row there where PaperX have made some very questionable decisions to allow Loud back into this at 3 apiece. They're still moving quickly around the map. You know, they're still making decisions. They're still finding a couple of openings, but they're certainly getting over-aggressive in some of these spots as well and taking a few too many risks.
Yeah.
I still think back to that anti-eco, Brent. You have something with this attack operator disrespecting the A control, ends up going down with his op, and then they go into C and try and walk into a smoke. It's just bizarre gameplay, maybe getting caught up in the moment.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much W gaming.
It is okay to sometimes let go of the W. That's what they won't tell you.
It's not in the rulebook, not for PaperX though.
What a position this has put Loud in. They haven't really had to use many ultimates. There was a lockdown invested in the prior to shove PaperX away from C. But now you see them. Aspas set up with his second showstopper, way ahead of Jing. And then Sarak, Cowanzine with ultimates that are excellent too.
PaperX might be on the weaker buy here, but you know, you're talking of those ultimates. Aspas is right here, ready and waiting. As soon as he hears the first signs of life, he might just send it and go for this one here. Pings from PaperX, looking to see if they can hide the cross here with using a util. Yeah, just a smoked across here along with the flash as well. Satchel up into the high ground position. Rocket let loose, sent wide though. No kills found there. Jing, Prowler does connect. Aspas! He's dodging and juking. There are too many bullets raining his way. And the Sheriffs, oh, they sing.
Aspas hard committed to that one, and Cowanzine was caught trying to help him. Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Here we go. Damage still being done though. They're just poking themselves wide out into the open, not using the smokes to hide here, and they are all grouped up towards tree. Sight gained. Not too many rifles salvaged though.
Something's in a bit of a passive position as well. He's the player with the rifle that could make this round a reality.
Loud have already cleared out, at least towards Rubble here. Diligence being shown, so this is one post-plan position that they know is going to be clear.
There isn't very much utility for the retake though. Just one smoke, that blocks off the players in tree.
Trailblazer spots it. Jing still holding close here. Shotgun flash to set it up. Out wide, jumping shot right through the box. It's a 2v2. has the nade, but he's tight close to the corner here. There needs to be coverage. It's not there. Devi now left to do so much more. Cannot hit the transfer.
Oh, and he's only just got it. I think he's got milliseconds left on this defuse.
Sadak doesn't have it. It's 0.03.
The tiniest of margins making all the difference in that round. But technically a Red Bull clutch from the grave, as PaperX with absolutely nothing in this round managed somehow to delay enough time.
That's insane. That is insane.
You can see that on the faces of the Loud players, and mirrored its complete reflection on the other side with something.
Straight back in again though, look at this. Offloading the utility. Fight taken. The bullets are rattled, and the casualty is mindfreak.
But with the Astra still alive here, there are chances for Forsaken to still call this round and get them into sights. Aspas and Kawanzin have been re-clearing B with this high-low setup fairly frequently, and here it is again.
Flash the center, the missile dodged, Loud! That's magnificent! Aspas and Kawanzin. You can see the idea from PaperX, but now the spike's just been dropped straight through into the choke point. Devi. Too much for him to overcome.
This setup over towards B is immaculate. But if PaperX start getting the read that this is happening, think about it. At the start of the round, you're getting Raise Fade utility over towards A Rubble, and then you're seeing them on B, barely 10 seconds later. So the more that PaperX start getting a read here, they might be able to disrespect and re-clear through A, just assuming that Aspas and Kawanzin have both rotated to B. Lotus is going to be a map about how you fight over Rubble and how you open up the rounds, basically. How you manipulate the defender rotations. Ooh, Alex is not happy about that one. 4 apiece, though. PaperX are still managing to claw their way through. And the Thrifty benefited them last time.
They might be able to do it again, but so far, Loud are really showing why this is their map pick. Stars laid down here with a showstopper. Prior! Sadak! Nasty businessman, shuts down the ultimate. There was so much danger with that one. You know the consistency is there. Okay, kill found, rifle gained. A bit of an upgrade. mindfreak, one more TP to escape. There's no more shots going his way. It has led Loud to a bit of a scramble. Look at the positioning of the players on the minimap, all over the place.
Yeah, the Paranoia is split apart. Aspas and Kawanzin, who've been trying to play a buddy system so far on the defense. Forsaken continues to prod over towards C, but it hasn't pulled anybody other than Less. Certainly feels like it could be a B hit with a bit of pressure towards C and the door opening, but Loud have read this perfectly. 3 players ready to defend A, and that's where this is hit.
The positioning of Kawanzin here is fantastic. If he chooses to commit the Nightfall, Seekers need to be broken. There's the Horn, a pit, potential is there, but Sadak thinks twice against it. Jump spawning around the corner. Les is gonna hold it, and he will! Ripping them to shreds. No more past the choke point.
30 seconds left.
Huge ultimates used in this round. Forsaken with 5 health and 15 seconds.
I don't win these.
And no hope.
You just do not win these.
Sadak and Aspas are spraying into the recall smoke as well. The Loud defense is funneling PaperX around the map immaculately. It feels like everywhere that PaperX end, Sadak already has the read. Aspas and Kawanzin are already positioned there, ready to collect. Be that with a high-low setup towards B, or a Nightfall pushing them into Less over here towards the breakable door. It's all been excellent from Loud, barring, you know, the loss in the pistol and the loss of the Thrifty.
Oh, we are jumping straight back into it again. I mean, just look at the positioning. The barriers drop down.
PaperX and EDG did this all the time as well, just clashing, almost team fighting.
Just feels like it ends almost in a coin flip here. Using the util again, the snake bite layer towards the back here. Something that really just blinds it open as well. Dodging all the util. Everything's being thrown at it. It's an absolute skirmish. A bloodbath occurring. Finally, a pause in the play, at least for the round for now. But the advantage still for Loud.
And these pauses are where Loud have been going back to re-explore towards B and look for the lurker and see if there's any adaptation. So now PaperX look like they're getting the read just a little. You can see by the way that Jing's taking this space, he expects them to be there.
Almost lined up, 1 HP still surviving. And it is still that 2v2, Cosmic Divide. Giving them a chance into it. Dropping down, movement. Whiff there, but still, less starting to get a jog on now, starting to get a move on. Lockdown. Looking to break this. Jing does have a nade, but he can't really rebound it from this particular angle. He's going to try for it. He's going to try for it. It's cut on the corner. It's so damn close. It breaks it! One obstacle removed. But Loud is still in this one. TP close! It's messy, but Jing, sole survivor, that's the ace! Nasty stuff.
How have PaperX been able to get these rounds? A pistol against Loud, who looked immaculate at them against Fnatic. A Thrifty that came out of nowhere with 3 milliseconds the difference. And then an ace from Jing. Perfection in terms of reading the defensive rotations, though. I really feel like they read into the back off towards B perfectly. And I'm sure Alex's emotions were flipped towards the end there. They're allowing Loud to take rubber control at the start here, and PaperX are pushing more towards C. They haven't actually put that much pressure on Les throughout this map so far.
And here it is. Not slowing it down, pivot straight into C. Les, chance and opportunity. It's vulnerable up, I believe. Yeah, Snakebite to K damage, all kicking in with a turret. Finishing him off.
That's a huge amount of damage to both of the double duelists. And Forsaken hasn't been able to take any space on the lurk, because Kawanzin's Prowlers and the spam from Tui's was pushing him back.
Where do you take it from here if you are PaperX? I mean, this pit is in your face. Do you choose to just contact through? It's a thorn in your side. They don't really have map control anywhere else. And 50 seconds left in a round, that can quickly dwindle.
It seems like the comm here is for Forsaken to try and open something up. He knows that the players have been jump peeking that, and Tui's finds it this time. He's got info, but he hasn't actually called anyone around. Kawanzin's still spotting from the door.
There's mindfreak on the lurk. A ping into the corner. This is being watched. But
Not
they
well
spotted,
enough.
not well enough. Les is taken out. TP to disengage, and this is really just going to tether a couple of those players from Loud over towards C, not knowing which way this is going. I mean, PaperX also finding it difficult to really pick and choose the position here. They want to go straight into B with only 15 seconds left. The players are in position. Aspas with 2 satchels, he could seek to deny this. Potential is there still. 10 seconds. Plan not denied is being covered and closed on. The gun duels. It's evened, but it's all Loud now, reigning supreme. Holding that heaven angle. Tucked up close to the corner. How does this one play out? Devi, reposition, he was spotted, it's pre-fight, it's all cleaned up! And dropping down, Kawazin. Making sure to seal it up.
The return of Kawanzin to the big stage has been a delight. One of the players that had the most impact in that solo initiator meta that we saw when Loud were playing up at their best, but had a real fall-off in form throughout, I mean, the slump, essentially, for Loud. But I've been mightily impressed with what I've seen from him in the last couple of matches at Champions. I was a little concerned in this round when Aspas didn't use those 2 blast packs, but whoa! Yeah. I think as well, more so than just honing in on the emotions at play here specifically, the level of tension.
I mean, it's definitely there. Speaking of, I mean, I want to see Jing right now with a showstopper. There's going to be 4 players meeting them a bit further back with the positioning. Here it is. They don't want to slow it down at all. You can read it and weep if you are a PaperX fan. Jing falling there. Where's the pivot going? Breaking the door now. Forsaken taking all the space up towards B. He's got the spike alone here. Let's not seek to try and collect an easy kill. Doesn't peek it, doesn't overextend. Just waiting it out. Loud know they have the player advantage.
Mindfreak's waiting to collect onto Kawanzin. He's only got a Sheriff. But Forsaken has got to stop this. They're going for the pull play?
Yep, deep flash into the corner. Forsaken, he's still close here. He needs somebody to help him out here. Where's the U-turn? Bit of whiffage. It's labored, it's messy, and the bullets are running out. Nightfall, they're still close. Something! Over the round, the knives expended out, but it is a 1v2, and he just cannot land the shots.
Awesome half, spectacular and explosive from both sides. Loud trying their best to bottle the madness that is PaperX. And they still broke through 5 times, but Loud's defense was excellent there in that half. trying their best to funnel them into the stronger spots. With Kawanzin and Aspas being the big playmakers in my mind, everywhere on the map that they were required, and still quite a competitive half. We saw aces and thrifties and pistol rounds going the way of PaperX to make this one competitive.
It really did, absolutely. Well, we heard from something a little bit earlier. Let's listen in.
I mean, actually, on the stand, they play very good, they shoot us back. But after this, after first half, we chill a bit after this pause, like 2 minutes pause, when we change sides. And yeah, we start shoot back also and we win game. And I think most of the teams just scared to play with Reyna because they think they just cannot take some space with this play. Actually, it's classic W gaming because, I mean, I can play in Reyna. Team also can play with Reyna, so like, why not?
Their point not going to spot anything. Forsaken just dips back into the coves, gets the dink through, and Kiwi will be able to get that jumping right click across. Finds him as Jing, though, holds the line.
I mean, since we don't have IGL, I think we will play in our game, and also I think Cloud will do the same thing. So they just play in Loud game, we will play PaperX game. Let's see who will win. When you win on LAN tournament, on international stage, it feels great. I have a lot of motivation to play on international stage. I think overall just experience, you know, how to play on stage, how to play on international stage and in another country. We will play in PaperX game, like W gaming, and yeah, we'll see who will win.
Certainly been explosive between these two teams, and you know, something maybe getting ahead of himself at times as well. He's, you know, not positive on the scoreboard, sitting at the bottom for his team.
He's a player that's talked about nerves, and I think people forget because he's so highly anticipated in his first tournament at an international level that he is still very much a rookie kind of player. He got pulled straight out of farming tier 2 to go into a team that's expected to compete for trophies. That's a lot of pressure for a guy who self-admittedly struggles with the nerves sometimes. We're expecting to see him warm up throughout the series. At the moment, Loud have been in control most of the time, and their pistol rounds have looked impressive. PaperX look like they're setting up for a B trap play, potentially off the orb. But action may end up coming into something sooner than he anticipates.
And the dash is activated so early, as soon as he hears the smoke.
Yeah, incredibly early.
But this is just being held by Loud. It's going to be wasted.
I mean, it's one thing to use it off a haunt or something like that. I mean, perhaps that was thrown, actually, and we missed it because Kawanzin's on cooldown.
A little bit of a poking and prodding for the pistol round here.
They're trying to go for the trap play, springing it, and Sadak's coming around the back, seeing if he can find a weakness in the other side of things.
Full rotation, though.
Bit of a stalemate here for the first 40 seconds until Jing decides to contest. That's another first death for him. His 6th so far of the map.
It's just Jing trying to punish the fact that the Trailblazer was being broken, but Loud, I think they only shot that with one player. They baited like there was only one player there. There's all 5 of them waiting to receive, so Jing caught out in the open. There's a haunt, though, needs to be dealt with. Something, chance to shine. Has to respect the util, though. Gets sent flying straight through into the back of the site here. 30 seconds left. It will take now. Reinforcements have definitely arrived. Here's the damage yet to be done. Smoke in their face is brutal. It's excellent. Dropping over them. Ships in the night, but it's all jumping right clicks all day long. Enough surely to get the job done. Lined up. Forsaken injects some danger into it, but not enough for the pistol round win. Loud consistent in the last series with it. Again, another one here.
And you can just see the back and forth, the plan A, plan B, plan C from both of these teams as they try to create different trap plays around the map. One at B and then one over towards C. Loud making sure that they didn't fall into either of those. Found the first pick on Jing, who went over aggressive. And they've been able to convert these first kill rounds fairly effectively, barring miraculous stuff from PaperX.
Gonna see another brawl, Josh. On the replays, yes, but the barriers are already down. There's a lot of players ready to meet them over towards A.
Loud with the weaponry, though, just back off. They don't want to take these fights.
Got to spam that. Dash backing, something still alive. Do they really want to fight over this? Yes, they should with the weaponry. They should be favored, but you never know. It can just turn on a dime. Damage is being done with these pistols. More than that as well, hunting for the chance and an opportunity, but it's only Forsaken as the last one left, and this will mean that Loud have a really solid lead in this series now.
We've seen quite a few rounds where Forsaken's been the last alive. Just throwing out Astro utility for the rest of his team and stuck in an unwinnable spot. Loud cleanup by once again catching the aggression from PaperX. They don't take the fight at the very beginning of the round when PaperX are throwing all of their utility. They wait until that util has disappeared and use their own to re-clear the space. And I think that's a very good idea coming into this. PaperX are often going to be very obvious with which parts of the maps they're fighting over. They love throwing utility, they love going and brawling. And so either trying to react in the opposite direction or trying to catch it seems like a very sensible plan.
Let's see if there's anything cooked up for the bonus. Loud. Oh, hello. Team receiving the brunt of all that utility, and it does grant the space over towards PaperX, both on C and A.
Yeah, this is interesting though, because Loud are looking to try and re-clear through Mound. And how do Forsaken and Jing respond to this? One Prowler broken, and they back up, respecting the space.
Here's the second wave of utility. It's been used to clear forward, so the game plan here is to try and get these orbs for Aspas.
And this is actually, because Loud are making so much noise and throwing so much utility over towards C, it looked like something, and mindfreak wanted to poke out a little towards Rubble. But it's difficult. Where do you go? Just straight into spawn? You have to kind of wait until Loud commit to the C push before you can over-rotate like that. Kind of through the attacker's spawn.
Looks like the committal's really happening sometime soon. Les retrieve the turret back. Jump spot from Forsaken is very good. Haunt in through the back. Pull excellent on top of Mound. Definitely coverage. Jing. He's left to do the most here. He was able to return the fire, but can he get another kill? Oh, spacing and positioning is so damn good by Loud. Making their mark known. And noted at that. All the way onto the site. It's all theirs. 2 years. He's going to lock down the flank with the ADS Bulldog. Bad time for a reload. Something. A chance.
These players are so weak.
They are weak. Definitely winnable. Pushing back and away. Something. Wins it out. Absolutely magnificent.
We were waiting for him to have his impact. Struggled a little bit in the first half, but my God, that's magnificent. That is unbelievable. The last player left alive in a 1v4. What is this? The sharp shooting onto Sadak and Kawanzin, and then the last two players have scraps of health.
He plays that as well. It's just perfect.
The dashes coming online so often. It feels like he has an infinite amount of them. The round itself, well played by Loud, always double facing on their way into the site. But they just couldn't manage to stop something.
Loud went out of util though, send out their own paranoia. This is the time that they want to try and fight over it. What's the adjustment? Backing away. PaperX being the victors for now, despite there being no kills. They've set up mindfreak in that 4 position. Another chance now for the re-clear. Prowler is through and over, smoke in their face.
Look how heavy PaperX fight over just keeping mindfreak in this position. Almost all of the utility for both teams has been used just to keep this war of attrition in a complete stalemate. Mindfreak and something keep this space.
Yep. Jing and Forsaken pushed up towards C. There's really just nothing else to do it. Has to be just clearance, making sure they trade each other smoke propped up. This is so
with
cheeky.
a judge. With a judge.
They don't want anything to do with it. They don't want anything to do with it, but you're going to be walking right back into the A stack once more because that space, you just gave it up early on. Horn's back online. It needs to be broken. It is. There we go. It's face together. Triple up. Forsaken. There we go. Fast with a rotation here. Something. Definite chance for him to do something.
30 seconds left.
But loses the duel. Didn't happen in the prior round at all. And Les finds another. Big shooting from the Loud players. Putting down those threats as they appeared. Oh, and here comes another
He's
one.
not messing around. I mean, there's no time left here. He's got him off the plant. He's buying a bit of time. Here's a showstopper. Has to be committed. Round to the corner. Kill collected. Follow up through. And Aspas. It's a 4K and 4-piece. Make them 10-6.
I was surprised that Loud even had enough utility to be able to re-clear Rubble at that point. It's late in the round. They already used a bunch of it to try and dislodge mindfreak earlier. And then coming around here, they just all swing together when mindfreak doesn't have a smoke up, right? That's the big difference maker, is that mindfreak was smoking that choke point repeatedly, and now all of Loud can just swing it together and support each other. The Loud coordination, the spacing, the team play has improved drastically in these last couple of matches compared to what we were witnessing. And Something is looking to try and take things back into his own hands. Empowered by the 1v4.
Yeah, there's going to be a turret in his face, though. Doesn't catch it. You could hear it jumping around.
He's like a border collie nipping at the heels of Loud, just chasing them into A.
He has to respect it, though. Overstay is welcome too much here. The side's going to be given up. Plan for Loud. VAPOREX surrounding them, not giving up heaven control. There's a nade. Clear them out, definitely. So, look at that damage that's being done, and it is crispy from Aspas. To hold his ground and survive, though. Can't quite land it, actually, against a lot of these shots. Dropped down to 5 HP.
Still going forwards, though.
Yeah, wants to try and take the fight towards them. Respect it to a degree here. VAPOREX, though, right back at him. Blade Storm, something! You're nasty with it. An inside tree, door rotated, 2 years, winning the duel out. Tap onto the defuse to buy.
Oh my god.
Knows no one's there, door has to be rotated, Seeker still in his face, it's half of the defuse is broken. But time, potentially there, mindfreak!
He's got it!
Enough has been earned. Holy.
Another Mastercard 50 from VAPOREX. How are they pulling these rounds out? The double duelist ultimates did so much there. Aspas walked inside the smoke with only 5 HP. And the updraft play is immaculate. But I mean, one of the hidden jewels, honestly, of VAPOREX's run entirely, and bottom of the scoreboard right now too, but Davai hit a beautiful headshot during the midst of all of that to be able to make things winnable. Loud are getting put into spots where they should be able to create enormous advantages and win out these anti-eco rounds, and VAPOREX's individual form says no.
This time, well, definitely seeking to gain all that space. There was no waiting it out for the util from the beginning, off the rip. It's all broken, though. Makes them worry. Here with the rotation, starting to try and take that space up. Look
Huge
at the
ultimates here.
By mindfreak. So difficult, but yeah, lockdown. This will be used to clear out the site.
It's uncontestable, unless Jing was literally anchoring on site and the rest of Loud are there ready to pounce. This is a free A. And the VAPOREX retakes have been fairly decent, but that time, in the previous, they caught a player going aggressive and had a showstopper to come back in. Those tools not available.
Yeah, working into the pit instead. Cosmic Divide. Cuts it up through into tree.
Les has a great spot.
He's in the backstab position. He's got to try and do the most here in this real spot here.
Everyone on Loud is just shoved in a corner.
Unless, again, if he contains this fight out, Forsaken wins it still. All towards tree. Cosmic Divide's going to be fading, and the pit is really not being brought down. How does this get fought? How does this get taken? VAPOREX are scrambling. The positioning here, losing time on the clock. It's working so hard against him. It comes down to just random spray into the pit. Everybody falls.
That is nuts from VAPOREX. You could see it based on the positioning, though. The Cosmic Divide was excellent from Forsaken.
Yeah.
He just seems a master on every agent he plays. And all of Loud were left cowering in the corner of their pit.
That's why I was highlighting the importance of Les's positioning.
He looked like he was in a spot to be able to make that round.
Because if everybody's playing tree control, yes, you have a pit there, but it can just flip just like that. Like we saw, I mean, Something was just running and gunning inside it. Everybody was. That was their key to breaking that. But when you're all collected in such a small area, I mean,
the spray is going to work, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I also feel like you take a look at that replay, and Les is sprinting towards Forsaken and giving him the cue that he's about to peak. I think he genuinely believed everybody on VAPOREX was behind that Cosmic Divide and wouldn't be able to hear. So what a perfect position for Forsaken to be playing it on the opposite side of it so that he could get sound cues to read into something like that. And now the shoe is very heavily on the other foot. Loud are going to have some kind of thrifty round. Their economy's in a bad spot for, as far as I can remember, one of the first times in this map.
Yeah.
Though the score is close, it has definitely been a story of Loud being in control and VAPOREX finding the magic to be able to fight back. And now perhaps the tide may have turned.
Feel it on the wind. I mean, the map overall has been living up to the expectations.
Yeah, an epic clash between two top teams, a matchup that we've never seen before. We thought it would be explosive. My God, it has been so far.
I mean, we've been missing almost the beginning of these rounds as well.
Yeah, because they start and end so quickly.
Exactly. As soon as the barriers are dropped.
Here's that B trap play again.
Only something watching with the op as well for that C contact and control here. This could be a battle on multiple fronts.
Loud were very good at dealing with this on their pistol round. They basically only have pistols again, 2 hero rifles for less than 2Es.
Want to know though, all that space towards A was given up for free, so paperX. See Forsaken. Puts up the smoke here. Does he seek the spam? No, the ult's just being picked up. And Give, this is so damn dangerous. Don't want to give away a rifle. The shots are definitely going to be going wide now. Does Forsaken have any help at all? Yes, I mean, there's a paranoia and a smoke in his face, still tucked to the corner. Definitely some danger here. Jing!
There's no way.
There's so much damage! What is occurring? You can't see a bloody thing. What a decision. But just like this, it's given over a rifle. Les already had one. Brought it into the round. Maybe they can pick up a few more. And yeah, there's one just planted there. Aspas has got it now, just like this, man. I mean, it was weaker guns coming in, but Loud.
The flash, Brent, it didn't catch anything. Divide doesn't think there's anyone towards A anymore. And the ultimate from 2Es, I'm not exactly sure what, I mean, I think that's just a check, right?
Yeah, clearing out the
so that Les might
door.
be able to get a bit of a walk through.
Means he only has to worry about heaven.
Divide has another flash, but he looks like he's going to peek it with his face. He's not going to see a thing. So it's only mindfreak.
Yep. Themselves want to be here. Plant coming through. Mindfreak. Flash. Re-peek is being dodged. So Loud, so good with the covering fire. The coverage is there. 2Es is a monster right now. And a MasterCard Thrifty. Do not count either of these teams out.
How many have we seen already in this one map? Both teams capable of making stuff work with nothing.
I mean, that's just a bonkers beginning. That is just ridiculous.
I mean, Forsaken goes for a peek there because he knows that he's given up a lot of A rubble control and he gets stuck completely. Has to call for his team to bail him out, and Jing decides to go for the aggressive version of bailing people out. And that's another one that's going to make you tear your hair out if you sat there in the coaching booth.
Yeah, entire map so far here. So pull and a nade, sets up paperX over towards rubble. A lot of faith in something just to make sure that he holds down Mound. Paolo though avoided, gives him the Q. Nanoswarm actually misses there. There was a chance for something. Could have ripped somebody's head clean off.
Something spotted the Raze and the Fade player there. Aspas and Kawanzin both seen over towards C.
The shot fired. Loud want nothing to do with this. Gonna start to back away.
And this has actually pulled mindfreak further away than he has done before over towards A. He's still going to be able to jump spot for info, but not really fight it as heavily. And that's a pretty big difference. Usually paperX has been trying to maintain that control. Loud now creeping back into C, hoping perhaps that something with his operator has been shifted from this spot, but he stays firm and hit the shot. Aspas down to 2 HP.
Yeah, dropped all the way down. It was a warbang. No kill. It's unfortunate for him. Satchel across Nanoswarms, a snake bite, all hidden, near-sighted and away, but paperX seeking it as well. They don't want to give up this space. They want to be jumping straight into them. Divide is an absolute menace. Another 4-piece, another 4K. It's absurd!
That's the danger with this squad, to be honest with you, Brent. Anybody at any point can step up and have a monstrous round. Devi, arguably the best player for paperX during their regular split in the Pacific region, was hanging around at the bottom of the scoreboard for a while in this map, but if he turns up, the squeeze is going to be put on Loud. Sadak has got a Bucky in this round with his attack side Viper. Never feels good. Something has dodged it. Something has dodged the horn.
Inside his own smoke! Prime for the taking. A nasty shot. The connection onto Aspas, but now no time wasted, is it? Loud trying to take control of this one towards the back of the site. There it is. Paranoia fused. Has to back him away here inside the smoke. Still tucked to the corner. What kind of timing is he waiting for? He's caught it out to the rest of his team with the tap onto the plant.
Here comes the pressure from behind
onto the
Forsaken and Jing.
Trying to take Mount control, and something's still there. With the operator caught in the corner though. Eventually cleaned up and taken out. This is all over the place. It's a scramble. And Divide away once more. You cannot enter his sight.
Loud can't afford to be playing at this tempo. The faster the PaperX get, the more mistakes Loud are making. This one, just an excellent play by Something. It's reasonable that Loud would have some oversight there, but they weren't controlling towards spawn because the flank was coming through too quickly. And Loud couldn't control both avenues at the same time. They didn't have resources to stop Something going for another peek, and they also couldn't stop the flank from happening. Loud have just won a Thrifty. They might need another.
Well, here we go. Nade and defeat, 2 years. Evacuation attempted successful. Backing away, but still the util set flying on either side here with the rifles and the rocket Aspat. No kill claimed, but still PaperX can't afford to overstay your welcome because Loud are here with a vengeance.
The 3 rifles now and a Guardian, so Loud have made upgrades off the back of this. Picking from the carcasses of PaperX. Forsaken on a bit of an off angle here that may catch Aspas if they start walking into A. It's a fairly nice crossfire between him and Devi, who's just been a monster in these last few rounds.
Nightfall. Devi's out wide. Swing for so damn wide for the util and a knife out. 2 years.
Why has he got his knife out?
Not a clue. Reset of the movement. Kawazine stems the bleeding, stops the danger for but a chance and a moment here for Something. Haunt though. Once more, Cloudburst.
They haven't heard it.
Surely.
Kawazine's not looking.
Oh. Jump spot. Shot fired, but now a rifle upgrade picked up 11 bullets left here. It's a 1v2 though. Surely you don't win this one. Surely the setup is there, and yes, it is. Loud. It's 12 to 10.
And that's another half-by kind of round.
I mean, coming into it with scraps.
MasterCard don't get the shout out, but I mean, they've already had their money's worth in this one. Every time one of the teams has low eco, they're able to come out on top. And PaperX, I can understand why they would want to fight super hard, because the faster they're playing, the more pressure they're putting on Loud. It feels like the more mistakes they're actually forcing out of the Brazilian squad. And yet it's also leading to rounds like this, where it feels like they're just throwing their bodies away when they have economy advantages. This has gone from explosive to scrappy and chaotic very quickly towards the end, as the pressure seriously mounts. There's a moment of respite, a breather here, but Loud are up towards map point. Off the back of 2 low eco rounds. Otherwise, PaperX having great ideas on the defense side. Is it possible they could string 2 together? Absolutely.
Close to some ultimates of their own. Timeout called by PaperX here. 1 away from the showstopper for Jing. Knives online for Something.
While still
money as well.
Yeah, they still have Op and Odin out to play.
Yeah.
You know, PaperX's economy is not hurting here at all. We're going to see some proper gun rounds to end this. Or possibly just one. A reminder, too, that PaperX have not dropped a map so far at Champions. We thought they'd get tested a little bit in the group stage against EDG, but they rolled through that series. Only had 1 overtime, which they ended up winning, of course. Loud on the verge of drawing blood for the first time against this SEA squad.
I need to blow something up.
There will be a fight to be taken. It looks like Devi and Jing holding on to control of this one. Mindfreak. Mindfreak close. Prowler. Is there a paranoia going to be used to offload any of this one here? Yes, Mindfreak uses it finally. Connection onto the 2, but push them away. B main spots it out. That is a lot of players and a lot of information. Something.
He's just sprinting towards them with the op, trying to gobble up this space that he thinks is not going to be taken. This is a nasty way of getting value out of his knife and operator buy.
Someone will be clearing towards that area here. Odin spray. Forsaken, knowing now that they're disrespecting him with the util across wide. Locked down. Now placed out. This will be pushing back over towards the anchoring players onto B.
Jing still has nade.
Forsaken's got a node and he can spam this line of side angle. He's got the ping on it already. The damage narrowly avoided is being done. But still, plants starting to come through here. Jing saving the nade for a rainy day, and that's just about now. No real commitment onto it, but now straight through Something. He's got the knives in hand, and it's short work, slicing and dicing. The disengage in a way doesn't overstay his welcome. Door rotating, open it up. Still going to watch for these players. Back to the wall. Kawazine none the wiser. It's up to Les, and he is weak. Drop down, 37 health. Forsaken Can soundly stick this one now, knowing his teammates have got his back, jumping around. There it is.
The Paper X players alternating, taking it in turns to have huge rounds where they make outsized levels of impact. I've been so impressed with the way that Loud have been double clearing through spots, but they didn't through this, their own Viper wall. And that was a major punishment from Something, who was playing in an excellent spot, just perfection with the Bladestorm and the Operator. Now Loud themselves end up getting squeezed a little. We're heading into the last round of regulation. Tui's has a Bucky, Siddharth with a Stinger, a Bulldog on less. Odds and ends, but they're fighting heavy over rubble, and here's Something once more.
Something with the Operator, seeking to lay claim, at least one of the lives, no, avoiding all the damage their way.
He picked up a Judge. He's got a spare Judge on the floor.
Just in case. Spamming down this line though.
No way.
Something close to the corner, door rotating. This is an awkward angle for him. Has to drop the cloud burst. See Les hot on his heels, seeking to try and take that timing here. Close to the corner still once more. Satchel into the side. This is Loud. Starting to swarm all the way through. Siddharth is taken out and removed. Showstopper's dead. Jig! He's removed himself from the fight. But surely the damage done. No way! Aspas threw it to the back. A chance to salvage, a chance to claim it all the way through. And 2 years left alone. But we are happening. It's going all the way to OT. Josh.
Overtime.
I'm losing my take on reality here.
I've never seen a round like that before. We had a sniper Judge by from Something. Siddharth is walking forward, getting ready to use Pit. Jin comes in, goes 1-for-1 inside, and it's ended by a dash shorty.
No way.
This is what Something adds. This is the level of chaotic excellence that Something injects into this on top of the normal W gaming.
Oh my.
You get all of this as well. And this is what Paper X were missing just a tad, while still making an excellent run in Tokyo. We're headed into overtime. Rifles across the board. Nobody making any unusual investments here. But Les taking a much more aggressive position than we saw from him usually on the defense side. It was Aspas and Kawanzin with a bit of a buddy system, and most of the time the defending team's fighting over rubble. This is going to feel different for Paper X, and usually when this spot was open, they took that space quickly with Forsaken or Something.
Dash now active for Something. Plenty of shots ready and waiting here. Targets definitely being acquired, but 2 years shuts that one down. Still has to back away here. Or will he have his team to help him out? Yes, Aspas. Dropping down towards the back. There's a pull-in away. It's Siddharth. Where's he pulled that one from? In through the smokes. Hook line, sinker, and Loud. Another chance here to take the map away.
Switching sides. Match point.
Loud were in control early. For them, I'm sure it feels like getting back into a winning position. Something that they might be thinking to themselves they deserve. But you you only deserve it if you earn it. What a play by Siddharth. Swinging through the smoke there, finding the timing. That's definitely a spot the Paper X have not been looking at too much.
We're heading into a Loud timeout here for OT. Another chance to close out the map.
Loud's attack side ran into a bunch of difficulties. Both of these teams did. But Paper X have traps all around the map. And sometimes they're going to be able to fight for A control in a way that, I mean, you like using the word coin flip, Brent. Sometimes it's just a big team fight. And we saw this all the time with Paper X playing against EDG as well. A big team fight with 4 or 5 people on either side all committing to it. And it just comes down to the rifling, the trades, the overwhelming utility, the small micro adjustments in terms of what your read is on how they're going to throw their util.
Tiniest of adjustments.
So 5 seconds heading into things. Loud back on another map point. And you'll see very quickly from the buy that Something has an Operator, Forsaken has an Odin. So this is different. Siddharth as well, actually, with his own attack side Odin. Looks like he's going to be spraying that. Kind of down the line to where Something would be looking to op, or anybody would be looking to push forwards if they were fighting aggressively over rubble.
It's a glass cannon.
This is interesting from Paper X. They're going to fake rubble control with the nade.
They're going to make it feel like it. Look at the damage done. Something obliterated Not brought down though, there is a heal there, but a smoke in his face, still dash there. Active as well, paranoia, or not the paranoia, but the Prowler itself.
Well, now Loud have heard the aggressive utility and the op. So how does Sadak read into this?
He's so bloody active with it. Moving around the map here, just trying to get the wallbang angles onto it, but the door breaks. Loud funneling their way through now. The B site, open for the taking, but they don't have heaven control. Good nade. Pushes them away, backs them away, buys enough time here for Kawazin to get the plant off. Post plant is looking impeccable right now. Sees all layered up with a util here. Sound cues taken away, and Sadak's going to be really that last line of defense as well when this gets recleared here. Drop shot, missing wide. Sadak caught out, but 2 years is also going to be holding this crossfire. I mean, it's all going to be decided essentially onto this. PaperX! What are you pulling out now? It's absolutely ludicrous, but Loud seeking once more to salvage it, to save it, containing it all the way. Swapping out the guns, rifles in their hands, jumping into face to the shorty play. The Forsaken dropping down less. Time was of the essence, and they just had enough.
I have no clue how PaperX were able to pull off that retake. It looked like Loud had excellent post-plant positions. And Les is over towards B main. They have a player ready.
No way.
And these shots that are coming through are just bonkers. How Devi reads that Sadak is there ready to support as well. And how something exactly gets that opening fight onto Tui's. They just crush the crossfire over there towards Rubble and Breakable Door to make things 13-13, and the overtime rolls again. Another timeout being taken.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it should have been over just from that post-plant setup, but it is ripped to pieces. It's broken apart. The timeout forced, not quite forced, PaperX making sure they take it. It's well earned for them. Nice and even with the OT, 13-13.
Now, both of these teams are finding success on their defense half in various different ways. The first team to crack an attack may end up taking this map. My God, what a performance this has been. And what a sign of incredible things potentially to come on Split and Pearl as we look a little further ahead. But for the here and now, PaperX have got to figure out what their game plan is going to be. They've been stumped a little bit once they get into these sites, because Lauda being able to find ways of, you know, flanking around the back. We saw Sadak pushing through the smoke towards stairs for a 2K in the previous round. Aspas is going to pick up the op on Raze. No boombot.
Pushing towards B.
One satchel. I mean,
very unusual.
I feel like PaperX have not gone towards B except with a single player the whole time.
Yeah, maybe feeling like they could have had a read that now is the time that the pivot occurs. Changing direction. Odin spam.
Recovering it. Taking that back.
And once more, no real utility used over here from the defenders. So are PaperX going to try and take this space aggressively? They hide from the Prowler to begin with. This is going to make it very difficult for Kawazin and the rest of Loud to get good information about what's happening behind this smoke.
Here.
And they have to commit so many resources to helping Aspas on B. They have two players and an alarm bot there. At some point, Aspas and Tui's are likely to fall off and just leave this to the alarm bot. But the question is, do they find the right timing?
Trying to fake it out. But really, not a lot of noise being heard. It has pulled rotations away. Loud moving away from the site.
It's all of this bad information that Kawazin is getting.
Gives it up, still playing. It was back to essentially the spawn.
What a way to throw something different into overtime. This is magnificent from PaperX. They're getting the plant down before Loud even know that they're there.
Yeah, not a single sound cue made until now. Into the post plant. How does the positioning get played now? Retaking this one, Aspas. It's going to be hard pressed with the operator. He's still locking down his one angle, and the footsteps, do they get heard by Devi? Really expect this one, don't really anticipate it.
What's he looking away for?
Not too sure, still, it's there. Covering fire. Lead raining down onto them. Loud, with so much to do now. And time is definitely ticking. It's all being used up, dropping down onto the side here. Something off to the side, he needs some help a little bit. There it is. First one found, first one collected. Many more ready and waiting! In the face with the spraying and praying. It's PaperX on map point.
What a magnificent timeout to take. Alex and the team cooking up a complete destruction. Contacting through, denying all of the information that Cowanzin was trying to get with the Haunt, with the Prowlers over towards A. The adaptation is just masterful. Recognizing that Loud in OT had not been putting pressure on their defense side towards Rubble. Sadak getting out-called in that spot.
Oh my God.
And we're gonna head straight into the next.
We're already in it, yeah.
This is it, PaperX.
Horn has to be dealt with here. Something's holding, but the operator has to respect it. Use the dash to back away here. Sadak's crossed. It's being cleared. 3 players close. Do they really watch this angle? Back to it. What? To buy! It's traded.
He did a double take there. He didn't realize, he couldn't believe that Sadak was in that spot. 4v4.
Door open wide. Boombot. Prowler in his face. Shot fired, but bullets received on either side. Aspas seeking to really just try and collect that kill as well. He was hot on his heels, and he has taken towards the back of the site. Control is theirs. But you got to try and cross this sight line, and something's still here, but the operator, he's got off of it. For just a moment, just a chance. Nade at the feet. It's gambled incorrectly. No damage really being done! No way! Not a chance! PaperX! They're here to stay. Denied any chance. The spike really getting planted now. It's a 2v4, and this is for the map. Exultations and cheers. The crowd are on their side for PaperX to close this one out all the way through. Jing, satcheling, classic gameplay, running and gunning, lest you do not stand a chance.
PaperX continue their run of not losing a map so far at Champions. Loud are going to feel like that one got absolutely stolen away.
Absolutely, what an insanely electric first map we've just had, but this series is only just beginning.